Now, let's begin with the recap now. So, a circle is a set of all points. What are you going to write over the blank there? Blank from a given point called the blank of the circle. So, let's try to recall the things we had discussed yesterday. A circle is a set of all points equidistant. So take note, when you say equidistant, equal ang distance from the center going to any point on the circle. And that's the given point, the center. So just like this one. So you have here a figure. Any point here from the center to any part on the circle, equidistant na saya. Equidistant, equal ang distance. If this is 7, 7 siya, that's also 7, that's also 7. That's what you mean by equidistant, equal distance from the center. And take note, we are gonna be using the center of the circle to name the circle. So we call this circle C. Okay? Next. Chord. You still remember the definition of a chord? What's a chord, by the way? It's a section zircon. Are you with me? What is a chord, section zircon? Well, you have noticed here, Awa. This is a chord. This is a chord. This is a chord. This is also a chord. Look at the endpoints. The endpoints are on the circle. The endpoints are on the circle. So therefore, what's a chord? It's a segment whose what?
Whose endpoints are in the circle.
Okay, are on the circle. A segment whose endpoints are on the circle. So take note of that definition. Okay? Next, a diameter. Okay. Who can give me the definition of a diameter? Is a diameter a chord?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. So it's a chord. Continue. What's the description? It's a chord that passes through the center. That's totally correct. It's a chord that passes through the center. And it is also the longest chord that you can make in a circle. Okay? So take note of that definition. Next, a radius. Okay, what's the definition of a radius? It's a line segment from the center to any part on the circle. Okay? So meaning it's the distance from the center to point on circle. It's a segment again. Okay? Next. These are the formulas that you need to remember. The radius is 1/2 of the diameter. The diameter is twice the radius. We had this one yesterday. Okay? Next. Okay, this one. Let me try to check. You give me, you tell me whether the statement is true or false. Statement number 1, segment RT is a diameter. True or false?
False.
False. This is not a diameter. Instead, this is a
Chord.
That's a chord, correct. That is, so the meaning, this is simply a chord. What about PS, segment PS is a radius?
True.
This is true, this is true, that's correct, that's true. What about segment QT is a chord?
True.
That's also true, that's also true. And you call this chord a diameter as well. So take note, QT is also a diameter. Okay? Next. A secant line. A second line is a line that intersects the circle at exactly 2 points. Take note, 1, 2. Ni-intersect siya twice sa circle. A tangent line is a line that intersects the circle at exactly 1 point. 1 point, 1 point. And the point of tangency, this one and this one, that's the point where the tangent intersects the circle. And we have another theorem for this. If you're going to draw a radius, the angle formed is always 90 degrees. Okay? So if I'm going to draw a radius here, going here, this is 90 degrees. That's 90 degrees all the time. So this is 90 degrees. Take note of the symbol for a right angle. You already know that. Okay? The symbol for a right angle. Next. Name the term that best describes the notation. Let's start with the red line. The best description for the red line? The red line is?
Second.
A secant. Very good. Another one. What about the pink one?
Radius.
That's a radius. What about the blue line there?
Diameter.
That's a diameter. What about the green line there?
Chord.
That's a chord. And what about the black line there?
Tangent.
That's a tangent. So those are the best descriptions for those parts of the circle there. Okay? Now let's continue. Let's have a review again. Identify the following parts of the circle. Segment DC.
Second.
This is DC, okay? This is DC. It's a segment DC. It's a
Second, sir.
ang best description man. Best description for segment. Take note, it's a segment.
Chord, sir.
It's a chord. This one, kana man akong gipasabot, it's a chord. Dara. Okay? It's a chord. You get the point? Best description man siya. Yeah, it's not, wala man siya arrowheads. If it has arrowheads, then I'm gonna accept the best description is a second. But I will also accept second for that. Pero the best description for DC, segment DC is a chord. Okay? What about segment AB? B is this. This is B. This is a?
Diameter.
Where is B?
Diameter.
That's AB, man.
Radius.
Radius. Okay, it's a radius. Okay? Next, what about segment AC? This one, AC, this is C, man. This is C. AC. What is this?
Diameter.
That's a diameter. Okay, that's a diameter. Next, what about line E?
Tangent.
That's a tangent. Correct. That is a tangent. What about line DC?
Second.
That's a second. That's a second now. Okay? Now, let's continue. Now, this time, let's have our topic. Central angles. An angle whose vertex is at the center of the circle. Okay? We will have a figure on that later on. Look at this one. The center is P. So where is the central angle there? The central angle is angle, I'm going to be writing it here. Angle APB. See to it that the center of the circle is the middle letter when you name a central angle. And you can interchange B and A. You can write this as angle BPA as long as the middle letter is the center of that circle. Is that clear, section Zircon?
Yes, sir.
So you name
Yes,
that.
sir.
This is an example of a central angle, okay? There you go. That is a central angle. And the arc there, you still remember minor arc and major arc?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So take note, we have three types of arcs. A minor arc, that one, that is less than 180, right? The other one, I'm going to be using how many letters when you name a minor arc? You'll be using 2 letters. So the name of this arc is arc AB for the green one. A major arc, that one, the red one, is more than 180. And you will be using 3 letters to name a major arc. And the name of the major arc is arc A. This is A, C, B. Okay? That's the name of the arc. Arc A, C, B. Next, a semicircle. This is how the special kind of arc, the third kind of arc. This is equal to 180. The red one is a semicircle. And you will be using, again, 3 letters to name a semicircle. That's arc EDF. And take note, arc EDF is equal to how much? What's the measure of arc EDF? It's simply equal to 180. So take note of that. If you're given a semicircle, automatically its measurement is 180 degrees. Okay? Let's continue further. Let's identify the parts. Name the minor arcs. Just give me minor arcs here. You have
RS.
RS, correct. Another one.
UT.
QT. Okay, QT is a minor arc, correct. What else?
QU.
QU. So, kini ang gipasabot ha. Q going to T. Kana, mo yung gipasabot. QU. Okay, what else?
RQ.
ST, sir.
RQ. Pwede sa ST. Basta, ang measurement niya is less than 180. Okay? What about major arcs? Who can name me a major arc here?
STU.
ST.
STU cannot be. Kay STU, that's not a major arc. STQ. STQ. Kini STQ. That's a major arc. Dapat mula pa siya 180. You get the point? Mula pa siya sa semicircle. That's a major arc. Another name is, kini siya ay RTQ. Pwede po RUS. As long as napanganlan mo using 3 letters, that's a major arc. And it should be greater than 180. Is that clear, section Zircon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What
Is
about
there?
a semicircle? There are 2 semicircles here. I mean, 4. There are 4 semicircles. Who can name me one?
SU.
Use 3 letters. R,
STU.
R,
R,
S, T. Tanawan ninyo, ang semicircle na agay diameter din na, awang diameter. This is a diameter. If that's a diameter, kini, I can name 2 semicircles there. RST, RST, and the other one sa other side, RQT. Pwede po RUT. Yeah, another diameter. Look at this diameter. Kini, I can name again 1 semicircle there. That is STU and also S, R, U. Those are the semicircles. If there is a diameter, there exist two semicircles there. Is that clear, Section Zircon?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, since atong figure dira na ang may duha ka diameters, mao tong we have named 4 semicircles. Okay? Now let's continue. Things that you need to remember all the time. A circle has a 360-degree measure. The whole circle is 360 degrees. A semicircle is 180 degrees. Vertical angles are congruent. When I say vertical angles, example, kini. If this, sorry, I'm gonna make use of this one. If this is, kini, if this is 200, sorry, if this is, not 200, if this is 120 degrees, oops, for a while, let me draw it again. If this is 120 degrees, o 100 na lang, the other part is also 100 degrees. Okay? So take note, if that's 100, the opposite one. Vertical angles are congruent. Now, linear pair. If this is a line, this is 100, pila may measurement aning pikas? Kini. What's the measure of this angle? If this is a linear pair, that's a straight line. Okay? If this is 100, how much is this? Dapat inig-add ni mo 118 asaya. So this should be 80 degrees. You get the idea? Section Zircon, are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
If, example, if this is 60 degrees, what's the measure of the other angle? Kini siya. Pila yung measure ani niya? Kini.
20.
120.
20.
120. Kay para inig-add na to ana, that's equal to 180. Kay when you say supplementary, the sum of the two angles is 180. Okay? Now let's continue further. Another formula. The measure of the arc is equal to the measure of the central angle. Let's have a figure on that. Look at this figure. In a circle, the measure of the arc or the central angle is equal to the measure of its intercepted arc. Look at this one. So if the measure of the angle is simply n, if example, x, kini siya, kung pilay measurement ani niya, maunay measurement sa iyang intercepted arc. So if this is 40 degrees, pilay measurement ni n, it's also 40 degrees. Okay? So take note of that concept. Okay, we will be using that as we go on with our lesson about circles. And another one, we have angle ABC, which is a central angle that is equal to its arc AC. Mo na concept about a central angle and its intercepted arc. Okay? So if angle ABC is 80, what's the measurement of arc AZ?
80.
80 also. The measure of arc AC is also 80. So meaning, balik ha, it's stated there, this is 80 degrees, therefore, the arc is also 80 degrees. That's a very, very important concept about circles. Next, let's have this one. Look at the diagram. If the measurement of XYZ is 68, find the measure of the minor arc. Where's the minor arc? Diba the minor arc is this one. Where's the minor arc? Diba this is
XZ.
the XZ. This is the minor arc.
XJ.
Okay, this is the minor arc here. This one. This is the minor arc. Pila may measurement sa central angle na ako?
68.
68. So meaning, how much is the measurement of the minor arc? It's also
68.
68 because the measure of the angle XYZ is equal to the measure of the length of arc XZ. Right? Now, how are you gonna get the measure of the... There you go, 68. The measure of the major arc. Unsaon ka na nato pagkuha ang measure sa major arc? Ang whole
368 degree.
Yes, how much?
360 minus 68 degrees.
Okay, that's a very good answer. So take note, it's 360 minus the minor arc. So 368, mao na siya ang red one, mao na ang major arc nato. So the whole circle is 360, minusan nimo sa 68, that's the measure of the major arc. Therefore, the major arc is 292. Now, if you're gonna add 292 and 68, it will sum up to 360. Okay? Now, let's have more examples. Kini, let's have this one. Let's try to answer the following questions. Pero before that, naman ko'y technique ani section zircon. Ang una na kong bahaton ani section zircon, akong butangag mga numbers diri ang circle. Unsa may pasabot ani section zircon? Kini siya.
Right angle.
Right
90 degrees.
angle. So meaning, pila measurement ani niya section zircon? This is
90.
90.
90
Sorry.
degrees.
This is 90. What happened here? 90 degrees. If this is 90 degrees, pila may measurement aning angle kining GBH?
90 degrees.
90 degrees po na siya. Tanawan ninyo ha? Kay naka-forman siya og I'm gonna use for a while ha. This is also 90 degrees. Kay nag-forman siya og straight line. Nya ang straight line is equal to 180. So kung 90 na, the other one is also 90 para to get 180. Now if this is 151, pila may measurement ani niyang gamay nga angle dere? O ang
29.
Okay, 29. Now, if this is 90, pila measurement ani nga arc? Kining arc. JG.
90, sir.
90 also. Pila measurement ni GH?
90.
90 also. Pila measurement ni kining GI diri?
151.
151. 151 kay 151 man na. So meaning ang arc ni 151. What about here? Pila man ni siya? This is 29. Oh, let's solve the problem now. Pilay measurement ni GJ?
90.
90. Okay, nasa atong figure. Number 5, HI. Number 5, HI.
29.
29. Okay, let's write 29 here. 29. What about HIJ? HIJ.
179.
Oh, no.
260. Ay,
HIJ.
180, sir.
That's diba that's a semicircle? That's a semicircle. That's 180.
180.
180 degrees. 180 degrees. Okay. Next, what about GJI? G
241.
200. G
41.
GJI. How much is that?
241.
200. Is it 241? 90 plus 151 plus 29. I-add GJI man. G
270, sir.
270. Tanawan ninyo aw ha. G J GJI. Look at GJI. Asa may mga ang iyang mga naagian? G 90. Yan naagian niya si 151.
269.
I GJI. So pila man na bi? 200. What was the first answer? 200.
270.
No. GJI 200. Katong answer nimo previously.
69.
No. 200.
241, sir.
241. Okay. 241. Okay? What about GHJ? GHJ.
270.
That's 270. Correct. What about GJH? GJ.
270.
That's also 270. Correct. So, giad-adan na natong mga numbers din na, ha? What about HGJ? H
180.
GJ, 180. That's a semicircle. What about GH?
90.
90. What about GHI?
$119.
With GHI, we have 119. What about HGJI? HJI. HJI.
180.
Again, HJI. The whole circle is 360. May nusi lang nag-29. Kay HJI, kuhaan na nimo ang 360-29. Maunay measurement sa HJI. So, pila man ng 360 minus 29?
100.
360 minus 29.
331.
331. What about JHI? JHI. Oh, ang 360 may nusig 151. Mo ni technique na sa nato or pwede na sa i-add nimo 90 plus 90
149.
149. Is it 149? Is it 149?
209, sir.
Pila?
209.
209. 209. Okay? What about JIG? J-I-G. J-I-G.
270.
270. So it's a matter only of adding or subtracting, huh? Just analyze the figures. Okay, just analyze the figure. Now, let's have this one. Okay, you give me the measurement of AB. Arc AB.
96.
96. So this is 96, correct. What about the measurement of arc ACB? Arc ACB. This arc, the major arc.
264.
264. Giminus ang 360 by 96 to get 264. What about arc AE?
96.
Agpila?
84.
84. So take note, the whole arc kini siya, this is 180. Ang 180, may nusan na nakog 96 to get this arc 84. So this is also 84 po na siya. Okay? So those are just simple concepts. Next, let's have the arc addition postulate. So take note, arc ABC is equal to arc AB plus arc BC. So take note of that concept. Okay? Kung i-add ni mo ning AB o BC, the measurement is simply arc ABC. Now, let's make use of that concept over here. What's the measurement of arc DAB? Ato sa pangitaon ang mga measurements, ba? Pilay measure ani nga angle section zircon?
100, sir.
100 kulangan. Take note, this is 140.
Oh, 140.
Okay? So take note, this is a whole circle. I mean, a semicircle. So dapat 140 na siya, 40 para it sums up to 180. So this is 40, this arc is also 40. If this is 140, 140 pud ni siya. Kini siya nga arc, 100 ni nga arc. Kini siya nga arc, 80 na siya nga arc. Okay, let's compute. D, A, B. O i-add din ako si
240.
240. So katong mga arcs nga maagian ipang-add na nato, 240. What about BCA? BCA. O
260, sir.
260. Simple concept rin na. Kay dag ka ng whole circle naman i-minus din mo ang 360 minusan o 100 to get 260. Or pwede ra pod 80 plus 40 plus 140. You will still get 260 for that. Okay?